Alright, today we're gonna be making one of those crazy light show timing systems that you always see on TikTok. It's like, okay, so I didn't know how to sell the stream today. Normally I try to make sure that the project is describable in a brief, like, one sentence thing, like, cooking chicken in every oil. Oh, that's nice. You know exactly what you're coming in for. This thing, I have no clue what it's called. I don't know what it is. I don't know, like, how to describe it. Basically, I've seen all these TikToks of these things that they use in, like, India and China and anywhere where they're on a budget and they can't afford a fancy, like, digital sequencing system so that they can have these, like amusement park rides where you have, like, the lights that are going like, or like arcade type setups, wherever you have those, like, sequenced lights. And what they do is, instead of using these big fancy PLC relay system, they have a giant drum, like a giant wooden cylinder that has strips of metal on it, and the strips of metal are energized with line voltage, and then on top there are these little drag wires that hang on top, and as it turns, it hits the strip of metal and activates the line that's dragging across the thing. And when you see them, there's, like, sparks flying off of them all over the place. It's like the most unsafe way possible to pull this off. But it's intrigued me greatly, and I want to build one myself and see what it's like. So basically, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So I want to use this as my base cylinder. The problem with this, obviously, is that the cylinder is made out of metal. So we're gonna have to put something insulating over it, and then go on top of that and put little strips in for it to be able to hit. We'll see how that all works here in a second. In any case, our insulators that we're going to put on here, I'm probably going to use painter's tape and masking tape. I have a lot of masking tape. Here's what I'm wondering. Do I electrify this entire can? Like, make it so that the masking tape blocks out segments, but, like, keep this strip uncovered so that this one can energize the can, and then have this where, like, sets of it are covered up by the masking tape. But then I'll need to isolate it from my motor, because I think I'm going to be using this little gear motor that I have. Just because it's pre-geared down, I don't have to do any, like, speed control or anything. I think that even with it being geared down, it's still going to be, like, pretty fast relative to the size of the cylinder. But we'll see. That's how fast this goes. I think it's like 20 revolutions a minute or something. So that one's pretty slow. Which is what we want. We don't want the can to be moving that fast. You can fit a lot more sequencing on it when it moves slower. Will I be able to do something like this myself? Yeah, you should be able to. You don't have to. I'm gonna run it with high voltage from the outlet. And I know it's not high voltage, but line voltage. Dangerous voltage. But really, something like this should be capable of being run off of, like low voltage, completely safe. And you can effectively build your own janky sequencer out of, like, a tin can and a gear motor, which is kind of a cool idea. I feel like I need to show you guys a video so that you actually understand what we're doing. See him? This shit's fucking catching on fire, bro! Every time I see a video of one of these things, they're catching on fire because they're blowing sparks everywhere. I'm very intrigued by this device. I also love the cable management that they got going on over here. Is this safe? Nope. I need something that can sit in this cylinder that doesn't make contact directly with the drum. Honestly, it could... Well, no, it'd be way slow if it just hooked down here and then rolled. Because we could set this on bearings and then have something physically roll it. That is another option. We just set up a gantry of some sort for this. The idea would be that this is mounted in such a way that this has bearings and there's another one on the other side that has them, and then this thing can spin freely. That's the idea that we're going for here. These are some thrash bearing rods. As bearing rods, these are absolutely torched. They have like grooves worn in them from the bearings getting stuck in the trackers, but they'll work perfectly fine for this. Even with these just loosely on here. This should make it roll easier. That does make it roll easier, but we still need the center tap. What do we do here? What's the play? I'm trying to think of how we go about mounting it all up. We could 3D print a little thing to go on the end of this that would make it a lot easier to screw in. Actually, let's do that. Okay, it'd take maybe, if I buff it out a little bit, it would take longer than 15 minutes. But we could get the rest of this thing working without it. Oh, you can just use FreeCAD. Oh, you can just use... I got some bad news for you. Some real tragic news for the Fosscopers. But, like, every freemium CAD program that I've ever used is dog shit. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, I was getting this, prepped up here. Export STL and get it printed. There we go. Check out the print. I'm thinking what we do is, even though it's going to be mounted so that it can be isolated, so we could mount it on this side, and we'll just square it up center with this ring, basically. And then that can just be strapped to whatever the fuck. But we need, like, I don't know, 2 2x4s mounting these poles so that it can roll around on top of them, because I think it'll be better if it's supported by structure, even if it has the mount on the axle. Oh wait, shit, never mind. Didn't realize that was load-bearing Gorilla Tape. We'll keep that on it. Guys, you know what? I think I need to increase the 2x4 budget. We've been using the same 2x4s for projects so much that they're starting to literally fall apart. 2 foot even. Makes that easy. Using a 2x4 to cut a 2x4. How was the first 2x4 made? I think that these batteries that these off-brand Ryobi batteries that I bought for the PC powered by drill battery stream might be dog shit. Alright. That was all we needed. We really had to battery swap mid single cut. Truly impressive what we're dealing with here, brothers. Okay, it should be like this. These don't have to be perfect. Never measure cut once and make it work. Amen, brother. Yeah, let's see how this goes, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, that'll do it. I don't like this bit that, like, grabs in and screws itself into the wood. But I guess it works. Works pretty well, at least. Then how do we mark the next hole, you may ask? Easy, brothers. It smells like cedar wood chips in here now. This isn't cedar though, but it smells like Pet Supply bedding. All right. Hear me out. There we go. Smooth rolling. Now maybe we should like fasten the bearings down a bit. Probably not the worst idea ever. But we got something here, okay? Check this shit out. That's pretty good. We're pretty professional now. Hang on. Our 3D print is done. Whoop. There we go. Yay. Hey on Feb 4256. Thank you for the 30 in use? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that money? Thank you for the 30 paper clips. It's shekels? Wait, it's dead ass shekels? That's awesome, actually. It looks like a paperclip, and the guy's profile pic is a fucking paperclip. Bro paid me 30 paperclips. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude. It was actually meant to be. That sits right there. That literally, this sits right on the 2x4. Actual fucking perfection. Alright, let's see how this goes. Yo! And now... Psych, I got you tricked into watching a fucking rock tumbling stream. Get rotated, idiot. Heh! Nerd! I forgot this was the 2x4 that keeps splitting. Yeah, that should be fine, bro. Don't worry about it. Shit. That literally, that could not sound more unstable. This one has the soy milk fed sticker on it for some reason. So I don't know what project that was on before, but it probably warranted that. Whoa. If we just do everything while this is on, you get this lovely ambience of the thing in the background. Hang on. This can be our live anode. And then, yeah, baby, that looks like it's gonna work. Let's get some plugs in on this. Alright, hang on. I have one of these. We can actually take a couple out of our big 100 plug gang that we have. Also, once this thing goes live, it's gonna be a little dangerous, so, probably should insulate the ends of this sticking out, because those are going to also be alternatively live. Hang on a second, yeah. What if I, What if I plugged the lights overhead into the sequencer? That might be pretty cool. I know that I had a little... Look, this is how I store my stuff. Maybe I should learn, like, a better way of doing this, but, like, I don't know, man. It works pretty well to just put it in cans. Dude, I know that I had more... Because what I do... Okay, so, when you're making bullshit like this, it is cheaper. It is cheaper to buy an indoor extension cord and chop the end off. Chop the plug end off to get an AC power cable than it is to buy a cable and a plug and put the plug on the end. So I know that I have a bunch of sockets laying around because I always do that for my AC power cables. I just don't know where they're at. I'm trying to find where I stashed them at. There's another one. Also, here's the plug that we can use to energize it. Neutral's the fat one. We gotta make sure they're all consistent, okay? Because if they're not all consistent, then when we go through and these short together, it's gonna blow the breaker instantly and maybe just like kill the stream. This will surely be fine, don't worry about it. Hey, on this guy I'll just leave unconnected because I can't be bothered. Well, we only need the 3, we don't need all 4. These guys all get tied together. I'm a bit of an electrician myself. The problem with making it like this is that all the lights in the basement are gonna turn out for me to test it. Which is kind of a problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it moving now, just so we get, like, you know, something. Just chop off this part that keeps you from plugging it in if it's got a ground cable, bro. It'll be fine. It's not even using the ground cable. Alright, and then finally, this guy. There we go. Here, I can hang this from this. Yeah. Who needs, like, proper camera lighting when you can have Temu flashlight hung from the hot water pipe on the ceiling? Alright, let's see if this works. Ready? Yeah, baby, it works! Dude! Literally works, and it actually works with the sequencing. Alright, hang on. Let's unplug it. Alright, so the idea is that we should be able to sequence different things. Making this the lights of the basement was maybe not the best idea, because now I'm having to work around it being... Okay, so... Right? Like, that'll turn that light off, and then we can even have... We can even have them all go off in one strip. The best part is, now I'm showing this with ridiculous high voltage because normally high voltage controls are very, like, finicky and expensive. So this is like something where you would actually save a lot of money by doing it. Here, what if we made this one real short? Literally just a little blip there. So it does a real fast transfer. I wish I did have a speed control, because it would be cool. Now you can see how this sequences now, right? So go doot. Because these 3 cables, this one, I'll just bend him out of the way. He's not doing anything. These 3 right here right here are what dictate how the lights light up. So where you put the tape, it keeps it from conducting against the cylinder, and then that indicates that the light goes off. Timing is set by the gearbox of this motor, but if we were using a stepper motor, you would be able to change the speed. So you would actually have even more control than that. This is advanced technology. Now let's try it out. Dude, that's awesome! That's actually so fucking cool. It works really well. Hang on. I need you guys to see this. Let me get the camera. Let me get the camera over here. It's kind of nice that it's on this can, because when it's on the can, you can very easily see where the trace that it kind of falls into goes. It's like a music box. This should be a lot faster. We're getting some advanced sequencing up in here. So that goes a little boop, boop, at the end. Alright, you can see the pattern. I know you guys are looking at this through a flashlight, but if it makes you feel any better, I'm also looking at it through a flashlight. We'll see how much sparks it throws off on this pattern. This is how to save on your next gig. Don't invest in big lighting when you could have coffee can technology. This rocks. Oi, oi, oi. Holy shit! I think we're getting it twisted, brother. Remember, guys, never get it twisted. Much love from here in Ohio. I hope everyone's feeling great tonight. All right. Ah! Hang on. Kill the lights, brother. Kill the lights.